Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Before we begin, I'd just like to apologize about the really bad lighting in this video. All my videos are none of my videos have quite good lighting. That's just simply because it's winter time, so it gets dark early, so I should probably film earlier. Since we are at the midpoint of 2023, I thought it would be a good idea to look back at the goals and objectives I set for myself at the be at the end of last year going into 2023. Now, because we're only halfway there, I haven't really achieved any of my goals, obviously, although I have achieved one goal, which was back in early March. Yeah, I already achieved one goal, which was to complete my studies, which is for now, which I've done that. But most of my goals I haven't achieved yet, and obviously that's because we're only halfway through the year. I wasn't expecting to achieve any of these until late, like the end of the year or close to the end of the year. So, but I do think it was just to see how I'm going, how far along, or how far I have to go until I reach these goals. Also the other thing, um, was just I guess to do sort of a monthly review for June, and sort of like just to do a review for the first 6 months of 2023, and sort of what I want to do in the second half of 2023. So let's get started. Now, having a look at some of these goals, I think a lot of them do need mending, like especially like the social media orientated goals. They really need amending. I don't think I was very realistic with some of my goals. Setting out for the new year. But some of them I actually didn't think. I think some of them were a bit under. What do you call it? They're underachievements, and some of them have actually. I think I can definitely improve on it, considering where I'm at now. So, our goals that I set out, the first goal that I set out for 2023 was that I wanted to weigh at least 66.9 kilos, or I guess we could just say 67 kilos. I think I'm about that at the moment. However, I do actually want to make an amendment with this goal that I actually, by the end of the year, I want to weigh 70 kilos or 70 and a half kilo, 70.5 kilos. Typically because I think I need to push myself in terms of fitness, and I want to increase my, obviously when I say I want to gain weight, I want to increase my muscle, the amount of muscle I have. So 66 point or 67 kilos for me. I think I can do better than that, considering like that's where I am at now. I do need to consider that I currently am on a bulk, so I'm probably heavier than I'm coming towards the end of like a 5 month bulk. So obviously I am I'm at where I need to be. I mean, like obviously I'm a lot heavier. I mean, or not that much. Like obviously I'm a little bit heavier than what I would be in a maintenance, if that makes sense. I'm certainly like I am heavier than what I'd probably be in the summertime. Body fat percentage. I want a body fat percentage below 12%. So at the moment, obviously, as I just mentioned, I am on a bulk, and I do have. Unfortunately, I have put on quite a bit of body fat. My body fat percentage, if I would estimate it, I think it would probably be around 19%. So I have put on a bit of body fat in the last 6 months, and I do want to um, you know, shred down in the next few months, which will be um, my that'll be happening in July and August, September, depending on how long, just how I want to give myself about 3 months to do it. But I'll talk about that later. Okay. The next goal I had was to finish and publish my novel. So I'm currently working on a novel right now. Um, when I at the beginning of the year, it did seem likely that I was going to finish it. Unfortunately, I've just been procrastinating a lot with my novel. It is nowhere near complete. As far as like publishing a novel, it is nowhere near that. I don't think I can get it done in the next 6 months. If I've been honest with myself. Now, even if I did like um did it like put in 100% effort for the next 6 months with my novel, I don't think I could still get it done, just because I wasted so much time in the first 6 months of the year, as well as wasting time prior to that. It's just taken me too long to get it done. So unfortunately, I don't think I will get it. I don't think it will be available for sale at the end of the year, but hopefully maybe early next year. I really wanted to release it when it's still winter in the northern hemisphere, because it is a winter themed novel. But we don't know. Um, I don't feel like it's. I don't feel like I don't see that happening at the moment because simply because I just wasted so much time. Um, I just kept procrastinating and procrastinating simply because I'm at a point where it's like the story is like I feel like I'm writing two stories at once. I feel like there's like a large chunk of the story doesn't make sense, or like it's not really needed. But it's also at the same time, if I take that out, then the novel will be a lot shorter. So my next few goals are all like social media orientated. So my social media for Instagram, I said that I wanted to achieve. And by the way, these are, as I said before, these are the ones I really want to amend. So social media account is for Instagram, I wanted 4,104. I'm not sure why I put like a really specific number like that. For for Twitter, I put 144, and for YouTube, I put 216. So I'm gonna make some amendments. So I think for Instagram would be 600. I guess you can put 600 for all three of them actually, or maybe like Twitter should be like 60. Twitter can be like 60. But I do want my Instagram and YouTube following to be much larger than that. So I want by the end of the year, I want 600 Instagram followers and 600 YouTube subscribers. So if you're on here and you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. You'll be helping me on my way to my goals. And also follow me on Instagram and also follow me on Twitter. Um, I'm not so bothered about Twitter because I think like Twitter, I don't know, Twitter isn't that important as I think Twitter helps with like um, getting traffic towards the Instagram and getting traffic towards um, YouTube especially. But it's not my main focus. My main focus is YouTube and Instagram. Um, so those are basically the three main areas of goals. Um, yeah, so I've got my writing, my fitness, and my social media goals. Obviously, I have other goals as well. I just don't really want to. I don't really want to get into them because they're personal and they're also a bit boring and it just make the video a bit too long. So the next thing that I want to talk about is how I'm going to achieve these goals, or at least attempt to achieve these goals. Um, so in terms of fitness, I want to just make sure that I'm going to gym 5 days a week, and I'm doing cardio on the weekend. So that's like going for a run. I also want to make sure that I'm eating the right foods. And I know you're not really supposed to categorize foods like that, but like eating the foods that are right for me, I suppose, and not eating anything that would tamper my fitness goals. So obviously, and as I mentioned before, I am going to start in the next few days. Actually, I am going to start at the beginning of July. I'm going to start shredding down. I feel like this is a good, this is a good time while we're still in the middle of winter and summer's still quite a long way off. It'd be a good opportunity to start slimming down. Maybe not slimming. Increasing, decreasing body fat percentage. So obviously I want to be tracking myself. Like I'm really bad at tracking. I used to be like obsessed with like tracking calories and all of that stuff, but now I cannot be bothered doing that. But I guess suppose going into shredding, I'm gonna have to start doing that. I'm gonna have to start tracking like what am I actually eating and all that good stuff. In terms of writing my novel, I want to make sure that I am writing 1,000 words, trying to write 1,000 words every day. And now, the thing with that is that I'm sort of like, in terms of like writing the draft, I'm getting close. I've already wrote a lot, but I sort of like need to rewrite a lot of scenes. I need to add scenes and stuff like that. So I'm sort of at the point where like I've already wrote a considerable amount of words. I've wrote more than 80,000 words. Although I think the word count is about 77k at the moment, 77k at the moment. But I'm having to like delete stuff and rewrite stuff, so it is taking me a really long time to finish the novel. But obviously, so I want to sort of put aside like a certain amount of time every day. That obviously depends on if I have work or not. So if I have work, the whole day, I'm probably not going to be able to do much writing. But if I have a sort of a day where it's sort of like a half-ass day, I mean, I shouldn't say that, like a half, where I have less hours, or eat like on the weekend or whatever it is. I want to make sure that I'm, you know, doing like at least like every night do like a solid, at least every night do a solid hour of work, a solid hour of writing. No distractions. So I think if I just do that, I think things will be okay. I'm just not there yet. In terms of social media, I just want to make sure that I'm uploading content regularly, and I think I need to be specific about what regularly means in this context. So for Twitter, I want to make sure like I'm doing at least one tweet every day. Just go on Twitter. Just normally there'll be most of the tweets will be about my novel. I'm giving novel updates. The other tweets will be about like just advertising my um the videos here on YouTube, promoting them. But Instagram, I want to do. I'm not going to be on Instagram every day. Hopefully, hopefully it'll be every like 5 days or something, like where I just want to make sure that I'm posting a few posts, few quality posts every week. I think that because I really want to grow my Instagram account. Um, the only way to do it is to make sure I'm posting regularly, posting good quality content. That is difficult for me to do just because a lot of time, like some, because there's just not a lot going on at the moment, so it's really hard to like upload content to Instagram. And then there's obviously here on YouTube. My main schedule is to upload 6 videos a month. So hopefully like two. I would normally do like 2 videos a week, but then like take like the last week or so off of the month, if that makes sense. I'm not going to be one of those YouTubers who uploads a video like long form content like every day. That just I'm not really there yet. Maybe eventually, but for now, I think it's just good if I just try and keep a schedule of like 2 videos a week, um, 2 relatively short videos a week. And so the content will normally be like the Tea Talk series that I'm starting to do, but also sort of like videos like this, um, where I talk about like mid-year stuff. I also eventually I do want to start doing like morning routine videos. I'm just not there yet. I just want to build up an audience before I start doing sort of vlog type it's vlog type content. Most of the content that I'll be doing here on YouTube is going to be like sort of this sort of like 15 to 20 minute videos of me talking. I know a lot of people find that boring. I know it's not very the most creative, but it's sort of like a maybe just it's just sort of a way for me to talk to my audience about different topics. But I do also, as I said, I also do want to get like more technical and more creative with my content eventually as I build up my channel. So those are some of the things I'm going to do in order to achieve my goals. So as I mentioned before, I want my YouTube and Instagram accounts to both have a following of 600, and for Twitter 60. I think 60 is okay. Maybe I know I'm always amending it. I never know what a good number is. Um, but that's what I want to do. Um, I guess I'll just quickly do my review for June. I guess this is sort of like a two-in-one type video. So I'm just gonna be doing my review for the month of June 2023. So at the time of filming this video, I only have 2 more days of June. So we're still in June. It's not July yet, but if I was to give an overview of the month of the last 4 weeks, I would say that it hasn't really been productive in terms of habits. It's been very slow. I haven't really been. I'm not sure why. I didn't actually do a plan for June for some reason, unless I. Oh no, I think I ripped it out. Yeah, I ripped it out. So I can't actually. Yeah, I ripped. I think because accidentally spilled tea on it or something like that. I spilled water on it, so I had to rip out the page. So I don't know where that page went. But basically my goals are missing. But if I were to rely on the habit tracking page for June 2023, I can see that I didn't do very well in the month of June, generally speaking. Um, because the month's not over, I still haven't recorded my sleep yet, but I know that my fitness has been I've really been slacking with fitness, especially going to gym. Um, I just haven't really felt like, I know that's not an excuse, I just haven't like, it's just taking me way too long to get ready in the mornings. so I haven't been going to the gym a lot um, this month. I've never really been super consistent with the gym, but this month has really been bad. I think it might have to do with the fact that it's winter, and I shouldn't be using that as an excuse. But it is what it is. Like yeah, I have been having trouble. Maybe it's not that I necessarily think it's too cold. It's just that like I think the weather just sort of makes me a bit sluggish. So I obviously need to improve on that because obviously going from June and July is only going to get colder. Um, as we head into the middle of winter. Um, but on the other side, I suppose it sort of like pushes me in a way to do better. So by the time summer comes around, I've gotten through that, and just like summer is going to be easier in terms in that regard. If you know what I mean. Um, like you got less, or sometimes, but then on the other hand, it's like too hot. Anyway, in terms of habits, like I have these habits every day, um, like cold showers. I know that's sort of like a real cringy sort of self improvement thing to do, but cold showers, um, because it is winter, I haven't really been consistent with that. Um, Eating has been a bit off. I don't think I've eaten. I had definitely during this bulk. I haven't really eaten very much considering I'm supposed to be bulking. Um, but it is what it is. Um, I haven't been. Yeah, I really haven't been consistent with my diet. A lot of days I've been off. I've also been eating foods that not the most nutritional. I sort of I sort of convinced myself, oh, you know what? It's just calories. It's just calories. But really, it doesn't really. All it does is add to like. It doesn't really add to like muscle gain. It just adds to like fat gain. Um, and sometimes I think a lot of my diet this month has really been about convenience rather than what I really need to be consuming. Um, like what's the best for my body and stuff like that. So unfortunately, the diet aspect of fitness has really been off as well. It hasn't been too bad, but I don't think the diet has been as bad as like the physical aspect of fitness. But it really hasn't been good. Sleep wise, as I said before, I haven't tracked. I've been tracking that. I just haven't because the month still isn't over yet. I think if I was to rate my sleep from a scale of 0 to 100, I'd give it about an 82. Um, or if, okay, let me put it this way: if as far as sleep is going, if I was to measure my sleep, if I was to give rate my sleep on a scale of 0 to 10, I'd probably give it about an 8. Having said that, it's still my sleep is still a bit out of whack. My sleep has really the last few days. My sleep has been really not great. Um, I've been waking up a bit too late. And like if I wake up late, like the whole day is basically like ruined. It is what it is. Um, I think I really need to I'm not really making an effort to get to bed early. I tell myself like every day, like go to bed early, but it's still like it's past 10 o'clock and I still haven't gone to bed yet. Um, and it's not even like I have work, like I have like late night work or anything like that. It's just like because I take, it just takes me forever to get to bed. And normally it doesn't. Sometimes it takes me a while to get to sleep, but usually it's like getting to bed, like just to get to bed, it takes me a while. Um, so there's that. The other thing I'm having issues with, um, I guess just general habits. Um, I'm also like, there's also like other habits that I'm just like skincare and stuff like that. Sometimes I forget. I find out I forget to do a lot of things. And also like things like meditating, and I do this thing called posture, and also push-ups, which is also part of fitness. I'm forgetting to do a lot of those sorts of things. So, like my habit tracking score is going to be very low. I think for June, unfortunately, I really want to increase it. My goal is to have my habit tracking score for the last 6 months. I want it to be like at least 90%, if not 95%. Um, it is really low at the moment. My habit tracking score for the last 6 months is 58%. So obviously, I've got a lot of work to do, and unfortunately, I think um, wasn't my the way I behaved in June or the way I performed in June. The habit tracking average is probably either going to stay the same or decrease. Um, if it does increase, it's only going to increase by a little bit. It's only I don't think it's going to get to the 60s, but we never know. So unfortunately, yeah, June hasn't really been a good month in terms of habit tracking, or not really but like the habits themselves in terms of my performance, in terms of like the areas of my life. It just really hasn't been a great month, and maybe that has to do with like the cold weather, or maybe it's just I don't know what it is. Okay, so now we've got that out of the way. To For the last part of this video, I'm just going to be going through my goals for July 2023. So first goal is obviously to be more fit. So I'm gonna start giving myself a fitness score, which basically just takes into account like my body fat percentage and my how much I weigh and stuff like that. So I want my fitness. I don't really want to go into like the calculation of the score, but basically I want the fitness score to be 90% or more. So obviously I want my waistline to go down. I probably should have put as a goal. I want to lose 3 centimeters off my waistline. So currently I'm about 86 centimeters my waistline, and so by the end of July I want to be 83 centimeters. So just that sort of gives an indication that my body fat percentage is decreasing. Um, the next goal, and obviously I don't want to lose too much weight while I'm shredding, so I want to remain around 66, 67 kilos. Um, the next goal is to finish my first draft. So hopefully I can finish the draft and then move on to editing. If I know, like, if I do put in a consistent effort, I can achieve this. If not, then it's just gonna keep on procrastinating, and like I won't get it done for like 2 more years. It's really not good. Um, the next goal, so obviously YouTube and Instagram will be 100 followers each, 100 subscribers on YouTube, 100 followers on Instagram, and then 10 followers on Twitter. And I want my sleeping score, I want my sleeping quality and my sleeping frequency to be at least 90%. I do have an app where I measure that. So that is my monthly review for June 2023, as well as my goals for July 2023 and my mid-year review for 2023. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.